Hello everyone. I am here to demonstrate how to thread a Sears Kenmore machine 15. It is model number 158.152. There's a little plate down here that has that model number on it. I just want to show you some of the basic functions of it and show you how to properly thread it. So let me get started. I'm assuming that whoever gets this machine may not have any experience with sewing machines, so I'm going to try to give you the basics. So first of all, there's two cords that come out the back of the machine. Hopefully you can see those here. One of them is the power cord, gets plugged into the wall. The other one is connected to your foot pedal. The foot pedal, you simply put it on the floor for you to control the sewing machine. So let me set that down here. This has a power button here that we just push it. The light comes on, and now the machine is has power to where if you step on the pedal, it's going to start moving. So the first thing that we want to do is thread the machine. So I've given everybody a spool of thread. Goes up here on top of the machine. The first thing to look at before you put it up there is there's a little cut in the side of pretty much every spool of thread, or at least every modern spool, that is right here. I hope you can see it. And the purpose is to kind of hold the thread so it doesn't unwind. You don't want your thread to get caught in that while you're sewing. So on a machine like this where the spool goes on top, you want that cut to be at the top so it's less likely to get caught. It might get caught if it's down here at the bottom. So thread goes this way. Then you're going to connect it to the thread guides. I'm going to move the camera a little closer. This is a thread guide. Whoop. Right here's one. Let's see if we can go farther away. And then here's the second one. So let me back up and put this down. So you'll take your thread, and this one, I'll try not to get in the way. But basically, you're going to wrap the thread so that it goes through the thread guide like that. Hopefully you can see that. There. And then I'll do the second one just like that. Hopefully you could see that one. So then it comes down. And now this is a little hard to see, but these are the tension plates, and they should jiggle when you kind of shake them. If they don't, there may be some issues. One is we always want to make sure that this take-up lever, hopefully you can see that. If I turn the wheel here, it moves. See, I want it to be up high. It has to be at the highest position, otherwise your tension discs might be in the wrong position. The other thing to look for is down here you have a presser foot. Whoops, let's get down a little lower. There's your presser foot. There's a lever in the back that you can lift and raise, and that lifts and raises the foot. Make sure that's in the up position. If it's in the down position, it could tighten up these discs, and you see now you're not hearing the jiggling. So make sure this is up. So back to here, we've got this threaded here and here. Then you want to come down. There's a little tab on this side, right here. You want to put it in just in front of that. Then this is a kind of a tricky part. It comes up here. This is what they call a spring, and you have to have, it'll be underneath the spring, but then you want to pull the spring all the way up to get the thread to come over this little piece of metal. Hopefully you can see that okay. So it comes up on top of that and then down through the spring. Then you want to bring it up through this next thread guide here, and then it goes through your take-up lever. So let me go ahead and do that. There we go. And then thread the take-up lever. There we go. So now we're going to come back down. We have another thread guide here. So that one, it's easier if you hold the thread both at the top and the bottom and then kind of pull it through. And if you have a hard time doing that, you can also just thread it from top to bottom. All right, let me change the angle to get down here. Now, whoops, we have a kitty cat. It's not helping. Another thread guide here. And again, this is one of those where you kind of want to hold it at the top and bottom and push it in. And it can go on either side. I usually put it on the left side. And it does take a little bit of pressure to get it in there. So hopefully you guys could see that. Now let's see. There is another thread guide that is right here down by the needle. And I don't know how close I can get you guys to see it. But basically, you want to hold the thread again in two places, but this time horizontally, and it slides in. And then you can let go and it sits there. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more, so hopefully you can see that it's right here now. If I pull it straight out, that's how it looks. And so now it's time to thread the needle. So an important thing about threading the needle is you want a nice sharp cut on the end of your thread. If it's frayed at all, it'll be very hard to thread, which I'm thinking there's too much light here and you're having a hard time seeing this area. Give me just a second.